All right, what is up, y'all? So today I want to talk about constant movement and changing positions often. This is a three-part video series. The first part, which is this short video, we're going to talk about exactly what we mean by constant movement and changing positions often. The second video is going to be a follow-along movement session where I take you through my top-down approach to constantly moving and changing positions. This is exactly what I do every day, several times a day, all right? The third video is going to be a bonus to that movement video, which is from the ground, which is more mobility and stretch based. And if you have time, you can add this to that top-down approach. So let's start by talking about what we mean by constant movement and changing positions often, okay? This is the base of our fitness foundations pyramid, and I think it is the most important place to focus your efforts, and it's something that doesn't require a gym, it doesn't require a membership, it doesn't require equipment, and it's going to give you tremendous health benefits. Why? Well, first of all, think about it. Most of us are sitting there at our computers, at our desk, focused on some kind of a project all day long. And as we probably know, the brain is the most metabolically demanding of all the different organs in the body. And so if I'm sitting here working on something that's high intensity, high brain intensive, that's relatively stressful, I'm sucking a lot of energy out of my system. And we feel that. We experience that at the end of a day, right? Also, I am in probably a very stagnant position most of the time that I'm doing that. I'm either sitting, or now if I'm in this new, understanding the sitting's bad stagnant position for you. A lot of us have gone to standing, but we're standing all the time. So either way, we have a stagnant position to be either sitting or standing, combined with this really brain intensive project working, and I am just sucking the energy out of me, and I'm staying in one position all day, and that's not good for you. So if I constantly move throughout the day, I am diverting the energy away from this brain intensive stuff to my body, so that when I come back to this work, I'm going to be much more refreshed. But then if I take breaks to constantly move and change positions, I'm breaking up those stagnant positions. I'm doing a lot of good for strengthening my body, keeping the mobility of my body, and then also I'm doing a lot of good for my metabolic health, okay? Now, when would we want to do this? Well, ideally, you want to take a walk first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, or do this top-down approach that I'm going to show you in the second video. Anything that gets you moving in the morning on an empty stomach, because when you think about it, when you wake up in the morning, you're already fasted, your body's already trying to learn how to make its own energy, and so if we go for a walk or we do some movement, we're reinforcing the body's ability to tap into its own body fat source for fuel. All right, the second thing that we probably want to do is have a walk or a movement session as soon as we get home in the evening. All right, most of us that have the tendency to want to sit down and plop down and watch TV, well, if you can just use that as your indicator to go for a quick walk or do some movement real quick, you're kind of breaking up that habitual pattern. All right. Also, ideally, we want to take breaks throughout the day. And ideally, that's going to be once every 45 minutes or once every hour. Now, if that's too often, you can take breaks maybe, once every 3 hours, or maybe, do your morning walk, have a mid-morning session outside or a quick walk, and then something after lunch, and then something mid-afternoon, and then you do your little evening session. And then the final place that we probably want to throw in some movement would be every time we eat something. And again, it could be something super short, it can be a little bit longer. And the reason we want to do that is every time we eat, we increase our blood sugar levels. And so if we do a little bit of movement right after we eat, whether it's a walk or this top-down approach or something else, we are normalizing our blood sugar levels, and we're getting back into a fat burning state a lot faster, okay? So just to recap that, the reason this is so important is because most of us are focused on what's in front of us, very stressful, work-related, project-related all day. It's very energy intensive. We want to break the monotony of that up. We're also in stagnant positions all day. We want to break those stagnant positions with some constant movement. The best times and places to do it are going to be a walk first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, taking breaks throughout the day, and then also taking breaks after eating so that you can normalize your blood sugar levels, and then finishing off the day with a little bit of movement versus just popping down on the couch. All right, so join us for the next video. We're going to take you through our actual top-down approach to changing positions throughout the day.